Sunday Morning Live. I am about to head out the door to Levi Stadium for 49ers Dolphins. Just a quick reaction to what Ian Rappaport reported this morning from the NFL Network that the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo are both interested in prolonging their partnership beyond this season. And I have to say, I told you so. Those of you who watch this show know that this was a real possibility for a while now because Jimmy Garoppolo has been playing as a top 3 efficiency QB for a while now. Again, adjusted net yards per attempt. Number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. We're going to see him at Levi Stadium today. He's putting up awesome numbers this year. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. Number 3, Jimmy Garoppolo. In my game preview, I put up the entire top 10 QB efficiency chart, and you have it right here. Tagovailoa 1, Mahomes 2, Garoppolo 3. If you like adjusted net yards per attempt, which includes interceptions and touchdowns, then he's number 3. If you like EPA per play, which is a little bit more sophisticated because it's going to include gains based on the line to gain, Garoppolo also number 3 behind Tagovailoa and Mahomes. If you like defense adjusted value over average, which factors in quality of opposing defenses, Garoppolo also number 3. So Jimmy Garoppolo is a top 3 efficiency QB. And guess what? This is no surprise. Teams like to hold top 3 efficiency QBs. Now, if the 49ers do manage to keep Jimmy Garoppolo past this season, he would be the starter because he's better than Trey Lance. Trey Lance is still young, and a whole season of development got thrown out the window. The question, though, is can the 49ers afford to keep Jimmy Garoppolo? And the earlier question is, will he continue playing at this level? So there's a reason why no side is committing, and especially the 49ers, they don't have to commit to anything right now. Garoppolo's under contract for the rest of this season. He makes a handsome amount of money every single time the 49ers win through incentives. And if the 49ers do win the Super Bowl, or if he does continue playing this top 3 level football as he is right now, and they go far into the playoffs, then it would make a whole lot of sense to keep him because he'd be their best option to win moving forward. And then at that point, if they say yes to that, so you keep your option power, right? You don't have to say yes to anything right now. If they say yes to that at that point, then they say, okay, how can we afford this? Can we fit him into our salary cap situation? And, just a rudimentary look at it, and I haven't delved deep enough into the numbers yet because it's way too premature to do that, but a rudimentary look at it says that maybe the 49ers would have to make a sacrifice elsewhere to fit Jimmy Garoppolo into the books because he's playing so well this year that his price is likely going to go up. But you don't just let a quarterback posting top 3 efficiency walk out the door. So, somebody told me if they keep him, they're going to probably have to let a good piece go. And my answer to that is, well, if Garoppolo continues playing the way that he is right now this year, he's going to be a bigger piece than the piece they would have to let go. So you'd rather let go the other piece than the piece of the most important position, the quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. But these are all hypotheticals right now. That's the thing. We do know that there's interest. There obviously was going to be interest with Jimmy Garoppolo playing at this level, but this will not be determined, nor should it be determined until much, much later. Let's see how Jimmy Garoppolo continues playing. Let's see what the 49ers end up as a team this year, because politically that's going to make a big difference. If they win a Super Bowl, Jimmy Garoppolo, as they've said before, you're essentially forced to bring him back. You're especially forced to make the cuts elsewhere. So all of these dominoes still have to fall for this situation to clarify itself. But as of right now, the 49ers are definitely interested in this because Garoppolo is playing so well and Trey Lance is still such a big unknown. In fact, I would say that Trey Lance will be an even bigger unknown next season because he'll be coming off of a severe ankle injury. So the 1 year of a development that they thought they would get from Trey Lance this year hasn't happened yet. And in the NFL, it's like war. You have to adapt as things pop up. So, yeah, the plan might have been to hand the keys to Trey Lance in 2022. But if he breaks his ankle and then Jimmy Garoppolo comes in and plays higher level football and you win a whole lot of games and maybe even win a Super Bowl and potentially go deep into the playoffs, well, then you adapt on the battlefield, right? You change course as this thing is moving. And the 49ers right now are obviously considering changing course, but they don't have to make a decision yet. They're very interested in it because of the way that Garoppolo is playing ahead of this game against the Dolphins. Other morning news, Deebo Samuel is going to play according to ESPN's Jeff Darlington. So that thigh bruise feels good enough now to where Deebo can play. I'll confirm all this as I head to the stadium. The big one that I'm watching is Trent Williams and his back spasms. Kyle Shanahan was optimistic about Trent Williams playing on Friday, but obviously nothing is certain. But the report this morning on Jimmy Garoppolo, all I have to say is that this was obvious. This is not new information. The 49ers are obviously interested. They haven't made a decision yet, but how could you not be interested given the way that Jimmy Garoppolo is playing? And if Jimmy does continue playing as well as he has up until this point, if he delivers that today against the Dolphins defense that I think should struggle against the 49ers offense. Remember, the Dolphins defensively haven't been good this year. He could lead the 49ers to another big victory. And I think the talk on this front, on what Rappaport was talking about today, would get even louder. But we talk about it all the time on this channel. And I know that people get into spirited arguments about it in the comments section. But to me, it's no surprise that what we've been talking about has actually hit the mouths of the national reporters at this point. So it's definitely possible for the 49ers moving forward. I'm off to Levi's. Make sure you like the video, sub to the channel for some nice behind-the-scenes content. I'll be around the locker room, back in the tunnel. I'll get a nice video. Mike McDaniel coming out with the Dolphins today. Going to be a lot of good stuff. Maybe even a field tour if you guys want it. So everybody take care. We'll see you down from the stadium.